This is the second trip I organized on Mt Shasta via Clear Creek, as well as my second attempt via this route. The first attempt was simple because conditions were perfect, and everyone from the group who did summit Mount McLaughlin as a warm-up in 3 hours made the summit successfully. This time the conditions were completely different, however, and the outcome of this attempt could really ended much worse.
Which mountain is this from the first time? Of course it's Mount Shasta. Mount Shasta. Mount Shasta. I'm excited, of course I'm excited. It's no condition, we barely made it. We still didn't get to the camp base. There is another maybe, I don't know, 5,000, 4,000 elevation feet gain. But we'll be okay.
There are 3 of us.
I've never even been up to Mount Tam.
2 of these people made the summit of Shasta for the first time. First time crampons, ice axe. Somehow they didn't want to give up.
The thing is, we don't know how we're gonna get down.
So it's about 6 o'clock, yeah?
5:40.
5:40, so we are about to get started. It's my fault because I spent too much time in this hut over there because Alex gave me a coffee. I don't know what he put to this coffee, but he said it would work, don't worry. It worked too much.
Yep. It's up there.
How about all of you that you're taking pictures?
The sunrise on the side of the mountain is just gorgeous.
Oh well. 78?
Bag's too heavy, I feel like. My bag's too heavy.
Right now or
But,
down?
She was asking, she went to Canada, but she was asking if it was okay with the altitude.
it's up to my
It
alarm.
was really
And this is Clear Creek Springs. There are no more beautiful tiny yellow flowers, as they were blooming here over a month ago, during my first attempt. But the grass is still green.
What's going on? It was barking in some direction
Marco,
and pointing at
do you make other videos?
point as the flash and I see the bear.
That's good.
So we're still below 10,000 feet.
How much? 93?
93 or 96, 9,003, 9,600 somewhere. So we still have a long way to go.
We still have a gummy bear.
Yeah, but we are all in good moods. Everyone is smiling, everyone is happy.
We continue for a while till we get to the snow. Around 11 o'clock, we took a break, put our crampons on, and switched trekking poles with ice axes. From now on, slopes were covered with icy snow and the extra precaution was necessary. About noon, Alex was already quite ahead, and Martin was showing off his extra energy. Only 3 additional people were still following us. Others were far behind, or already turned around. Noon is a standard turnaround time recommended by rangers, just as a precaution. However, Marco have no turnaround time, except for safety. This trip was specifically designed in mind with 2 nights at the trailhead and for unlimited time car-to-car climbing. So we kept going. Alex was already resting, or rather waiting for us at Red Rock.
Hopefully uphill.
No product placement, please.
Yeah, there is cold beer in the front of my car.
Couple of people were still fighting, trying to catch up with us. But by the time they reached the road rock, Alex already took off. At this point I realized that only Alex had enough energy and strength to reach the summit in reasonable time safely, and followed him. The steep boulder section was covered with snow and ice, requiring some technical skills to climb. I was not sure if anyone was capable of that. When I looked back, I saw people already going down. It was a good decision. Somehow, however, Martin unnoticeably followed me, and when I realized that it was already too late, or rather too dangerous to turn him back to down-climb this steep, sketchy, icy section. But so far he was doing fine. The last couple hundred feet made me tired from frequent post-hauling before I figured out the stable path leading to the summit. There were no footprints in the snow at all.
Woohoo! Woohoo! We made it!
Yeah, you made it.
Guess where am I?
Mount Shasta.
On the peak of the world.
The top of the world. 14,162 feet.
Say to the Polakov army, that's for Deb.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Thanks.
You are welcome.
Can you shoot a little video with my phone?
I can try, but I'm tired, so I need to rest a little bit. Can I rest a little bit?
Sure.
Maybe he can come and...
Sure. Woohoo!
All right! On the top of the world! Mount Shasta!
Come on over, you need to touch this thing over here.
That's the what?
Come on over.
Okay.
Almost 8,000 feet in one day.
You're not done yet. Before you touch this metal thing, you're not done.
I'm done when I get back there.
Come on over.
Oh, okay.
Have 10 feet left.
Come on, come on.
Oh my God.
Yeah. The suffering is not over. Few more steps.
Baby steps. Please don't film me fall. I'm doing a face plant onto the very last rock.
Come on. Touch it.
Touch it, touch it.
That's the ritual.
Yeah. Oh,
Don't
watch
fall
out,
before-
watch out.
I think I followed the same spot.
Yes.
You made it.
Yeah, now it counts.
First time with Isaac's first time with crampons.
Yeah. These people are crazy.
Never worn crampons.
They don't even want to give up. This was a summit fever.
Summit fever.
Yeah.
Now, somehow, we have to go from the ash
Now we just need to get base camp.
down back to the camp, to the trailhead. Yeah, trailhead.
From Point Reyes.
There are three of us.
I've never even been up to Mount Tam.
Two of these people made the summit of Shasta for the first time. First time crampons, ice axe. Somehow they didn't want to give up. You know, I had to climb, I had to keep climbing because they forced me.
There is no give up in the dictionary. No give up.
I told them it's too late, it's too bad conditions. No, they kept going. So we made
You
it.
didn't say that to me, did you?
You didn't hear it.
I didn't hear
but
that
you didn't
part.
have a choice.
What do you mean you didn't
Oh,
hear?
you told us to go back?
Woo!
Yeah. So it looks like over the last storm, we are the first people to summit. Where's my favorite glacier? Oh, it's over there. Yeah, look at him.
On the glacier, right?
You can't fake this picture. It's Whitney Glacier.
Looks like it, right?
There we go.
That's Whitney Glacier, the longest glacier in California.
Actually, only peak ever,
Nice.
but a great one.
Well, let me tell you something. We start 11 people.
We are all crazy.
Yeah, that's the second part.
Three crazy people.
We are crazy, for sure. We start 11. We end up only 3. The thing is, we don't know how we're gonna get down. Too steep.
What's the cell phone number for that helicopter thing again?
I don't know. Should we call now or
Oh,
not?
flat area. It's
Too
not
snow. Trail was too covered, completely covered. We 3 or 4 times walk without trail, or maybe all the up part.
We're climbing icy slopes, very steep.
Very steep ice slopes,
Very bad
and
conditions.
finally we got it. But the time is 4:20, even a little bit later than 4:20,
I'll have to do
and we need to go up, starting dark at about 6, 7.
good days today.
So hopefully the next video with the beer by the Jeep. Cheese. Yep.
My head was starting to go away.
Oh, sorry.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
We took a few more pictures, energy shots, and were ready to go. Now my biggest concern was how we might get down to the Red Rock safely. To avoid climbing down through these icy big boulders, I decided to descend toward Winton Glacier, hoping it wouldn't be that steep. And it wasn't. However, with the layer of hard snow and ice steep enough to be dangerous in case if someone took a fall and was unable to self-arrest properly. Martin and Alex never used an ice axe or walked with crampons before this trip. Not to mention that Martin was affected by the high altitude and looked very tired. As a matter of fact, I was exhausted too. Alex went down quickly ahead of us. No, he didn't abandon us. Alex was a good team player, and I asked him to descend as quickly as he could to the bottom of the snow, find the trail, and wait for us, acting as a lighthouse. Finding the trail in the dark may be a great challenge, and unnecessary wandering around. In fact, during my previous attempt, some people were confused which trail to follow, even during the daylight, and no snow present. Yes, people get often confused on the way down. Martin walked very slowly and carefully. I didn't want to rush him or put any pressure, to avoid any mistake he could make and possibly take a long slide down if he couldn't self-arrest. The consequences of that fall could be, well, let's not talk about it. So I waited for him until he reached the Red Rock. From the Red Rock down, this route is reasonably simple and safe, unless, well, you are never safe till you get back to your final destination. In this case, it's the trailhead. Below the Red Rock, I told Martin that I was going a bit ahead finding the proper way down, and he could just simply and easily follow me or my headlamp. That could save him a lot of energy. From time to time, I looked back up to see how he was doing and slowing down if the distance between us was expanding too much. At a certain point, however, I didn't see the light from his headlamp. I yelled, "Martin, Martin," several times, but he didn't answer. I waited thinking he may be seated while taking a rest, and therefore I didn't see the light from his headlamp. After a while, I called his name again and again, with no answer. There were big rocks on my side which I traversed down to the left, and assumed that for some unexplained reason, he traversed these rocks on the other side, and therefore I didn't see his headlamp, and he couldn't hear me as well. This was a reasonable scenario and most likely scenario, I thought. Yes, I was too tired to think otherwise, and to climb back up to check if something else happened. Also, Alex was waiting for us below, and our cell phones were switched off, so the only way to communicate with him was to walk down and talk to him in person. So I did. I told Alex what happened and about my suspicion of Martin taking the other side of the rocks. And so we waited, giving more time for Martin to appear. But it was taking too long, and Alex decided to turn on his cell phone and call Martin just in case of luck there was a reception and that Martin turned his cell phone on as well. Believe it or not, it worked. Martin at the same time switched his phone on and picked up the call, which was for us immediately a great relief. I was right. He was on the other side of these rocks. That's why we couldn't see each other. He also said that he tripped and injured his leg and was walking slowly. However, the most worrying part of this conversation was that he said he saw lights at the trailhead and continued walking in that direction. That scared me because the trailhead is hidden in the forest and no light could be visible. So the light he saw had to be from the nearby town at the base of the mountain, which was away from the trailhead. I explained to Martin to continue descending along the rocks. Unfortunately, he insisted on his version. It took us a couple more phone calls to finally convince him, and after a while he appeared from behind the bottom of these rocks, and we could finally see each other's headlamp lights. After he reached us, we applied first aid to his wound and continued walking down together. When we finally arrived at the trailhead, Martin fell sick, threw up, and immediately went to bed in his tent. Alex, on the other hand, was still full of energy, and we both celebrated our accomplishment. We had beer, chatted, and watched spiders walking on our table, and watched bright stars above between the trees, for some time before going to our tents. Beside us, there was only one car at the trailhead. All other people already left. Yes, we made the summit, but the whole trip took us almost 19 hours, which was about 7 hours longer than my first attempt. But conditions were also different.
Nice, huh? I just love this view.
Mountaineering is suffering, but I love it.
Yeah, baby!